I bought a little house for the little dog from our street and she turned it down. Oh, come on, is she going to keep being homeless? For how long, my dear? It's been a few months since this cheeky caramel-colored stray found out about the community dinner served at 8 p.m. on Brigadeiron Street. And since then, Aurelia Sambanga comes every night to enjoy the super premium kibble feast. At first, we thought she was a boy. After all, this skittish little thing has been coming here for a while and never showed up pregnant like a seahorse. And since the little dog has always been very scared, we were never able to get close enough to check what kind of private paperwork she carries under her furry little tail. In her nightly routine, the little dog with the asymmetrical ear comes to our door, sits in the middle of the grass, and waits like a meerkat watching the forest. Because of that, Kamula, with his unbalanced mind, couldn't remember the little animal's name and called the dog Tupuantamoni, minus the meerkat.
She looks like a fox. What do you call that wild animal? Fox? Siriguela?
Since the phonetics ended up sounding kind of funny, the little dog ended up with a compound name and surname, Siriguela Suricata. It's almost a tongue twister. Try saying it yourself and see. And do you know how we found out the dog was a female? Because she came to my restaurant so often, she ended up getting comfortable with my waiters and their little cluck-clucks. And when they got closer to the mammal, the rooster saw that there was no lollipop hanging from her belly. And after taking a closer look at the anatomy, the Serima confirmed that she is actually a little lady. Oh my eternal father, it seems that the burden of being a female dog on the street is much worse than that of a male dog. After all, the girls go into heat, get chased by dogs, and on top of that, end up pregnant. It's a terrifying, never-ending cycle. But luckily, Siriguela isn't Sirigaita because she was spayed by the NGO in our city and then released back onto the street. Okay, but let's talk about the house I gave to this ungrateful suricata. Last week it was so cold it could freeze your ears off, not to mention the non-stop rain that St. Peter sent. And every time it rains or gets cold, the first thing Fuba Fubanda thinks about is the street animals. Seriously, guys, it's heartbreaking. During that terrible storm, Surya showed up all wet and crying, and we didn't know what to do in that sad situation. There's just no more space for animals here at home, guys. And I'm afraid to look under the bed, and instead of finding the boogeyman there, come face to face with 5 kittens. Our house has basically become a shelter for rescued animals. The area we saved from the street is occupied by 2 small Jabuticaba tortoises, one owned by Dodoidi and Sino, who has distemper, so the shelter isn't an option. We decided to buy a small house for Siri to protect her from cold and rain. So we went to the store and picked one with a comfortable size. We stopped by a hardware store and bought a big roof tile to put on top of the little house. To make it even more resistant to rain and dew, we nailed the roof and left it sticking out a bit more in the front to make a sort of little porch. And to make it even harder for raindrops to get in, we put a little blanket inside to make it really cozy and warm. And finally, we went to deliver the affordable house to the newest homeowner from the Minha Casa Sua Vida program, financed by Mayor William Black James. Do you think she popped some cherry champagne to celebrate becoming a homeowner? Oh no, not at all, my dear. That Siri accordion didn't even get close to the housing complex since she only enters a house when someone adopts her. Ha! Sorry, my not-so-humble self. Here I am taking a shower with pasta water to save money just to give her this little house with a porch, and in the end she acts like some fancy blonde lady. Not even the food served inside the cabin was enough to convince the crooked ear to set her paws inside. But that's okay, right? I forgive this innocent one. After all, it's not her fault. She's just another little dog who was born and raised on the streets and doesn't understand that life can be comfortable, warm, and plentiful. Guys, jokes aside, Surigaita comes to our door just to eat and then leaves. Sometimes the little rascal puts on a show, brings caramel dogs, pound de chop, or her friend Pando, and everything goes fine. But we suspect that she has some safe place to sleep. Maybe an abandoned building, a little square, I don't know. All I know, folks, is that I really want to find her a home. Suri is very cute, affectionate, obedient, and young. Unfortunately, we don't have anywhere to shelter her, but maybe this video is her chance. And finally, she'll find a home where she'll feel loved and welcomed. So, shall we join forces to find her a family? Comment, like, and share, because together we are stronger, and we can change the course of this story. Interested in adopting Siriguela, Suri? Send a message on Instagram, Chitaros Tenfilotes. See you!